Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. Okay guys, this is video number 9 for this Sunday evening. I have for you the Billings dedication build for Mr. Dave Mather, the Norske Love, Norwegian Lion. Okay guys, I've been turning to in this thing pretty much ever since the last video was posted. And so I got a lot done on this thing. I got cannons on there, I got all the bulwarks on there done, I got the gangway on the starboard side done, I got companionways opened up, and gratings and fife rails, and just kept growing. It's starting to look like a Norske Love. Okay guys, like I said before in video 8, there's not much out there in this thing. This thing didn't see a day in its life in battle. And the Danes, they're a very peaceful nation, and they kind of keep everything to themselves. They don't more or less get it in anybody's mischief or anything. If anything concerns them, they deal with it their way. And like I said, this thing here is the second Norwegian Lion in the registry of the Danish Navy. The first one was made in 1602 or something like that. I guess it was struck by lightning and it sunk, and it was raised, and I guess foul weather came and it foundered, and that was it. And by 1761, Norske Love, Norwegian Lion number 2 was launched. She was actually a late 18th century vessel. She came out about 3 years before the HMS Victory was launched, and she was, like I said, she never seen battle in her life. She was more or less used as a capital ship for Denmark, and she by 1800 she was more or less scuttled. Not scuttled, but more or less just scrapped. Went back to the timber yard and just dismantled. And her most popular event that she was involved in is during Copenhagen. Had one hell of a fire out there. I imagine it destroyed a lot of homes. A lot of people had nowhere to go. And these were capital ships of the line at the time, prepared for war, if war is necessary. Well, since at the time it was very peaceful back then. So the Danish Navy thought it would be very humane and subtle if you'd be able to accommodate the people that have no homes, and they lived aboard the Norske Love until their homes were actually re-erected and reconstructed again, and they started finding no ways of finding a homestead again. And throughout the years, she remained as a guard ship. That's more or less what she was entitled to be, a guard ship. In case of an event of war, she's ready to go to battle. That's about as much as I know on the Norske Love. That's about as much as you hear the same thing on the internet. This is the only kit in the world by Billings, the Danish model ship company out of Denmark. Eilar Billing. He was a gentleman that created his business back in 1956 and 57. He was an architect by nature and by heart and by trade. And one day he tinkered around in his wood shop and started making a model boat one time. He figured it'd be pretty profitable and it'd be a pretty neat idea if I can open up a factory that can manufacture a lot of these things and sell these things worldwide. And that's precisely what he has done. And he had some kind of a Disneyland park exhibit that he had too. It was more or less kind of like a King's Island or something like that. Some kind of a activity park out there. It had all these model boats out there laying out there in real live water out there. And it had construction. It had little small miniature towns. And it had little guys this big, little workmen like that who were building these ships. Shows us staying out there building the ship and everything, and they really it's amazing. Anyway, enough chat. Let's get to the Norske Love. I'll show you what old Frankie Dave's done to this beast. Okay, we'll swing around. Alrighty. As viewed from the last video, these won't come off. I just laid them there. They got to be rigged. I'll rig those later on during the rigging process. And like I say, we've got the gammering on there. I got to put the trail boards on there. I'll be working on those probably one day next week. Okay, thus far, I got the gun deck right here. I got all the gratings on the gun deck. I got the windlass right here. I got another grating on here on the gun deck. And I got the superstructures back here done. As you can see, I also have the pipe rail, which is inside that little cutout right there. And I got that done. That's where all the lines come down from the mainmast all the way down. They secure down there to the pipe rail. I got the gangway on here. It's all done. Well, I got the gangway on the starboard port side. It's got to be constructed next. Once I get that gangway installed and painted the same as the gangway on the starboard side, next is going to be the task I should have done a long time ago. Open up these shutter bays. Clean them real good with a file. Emery board where there is, making sure they're nice and square. Then I can construct more of these 32 pounders and install them along the deck inside here. Then when it's all done, I'm going to start going aft. I'm going to get all the rail work done around here. I got to put five rails, belaying benches, and I got to put belaying benches all through here, and I got cannons I got to build across through there. I'm going to make a ton load of deck pins, eye pins with an eye with a ring in the middle of it where you can tie down lines and stuff. I'm going to make a bunch of those, and using my pen vise that I have, wherever it's at. Man, I can never get my tools. Here they are. I like these things. These old pen vices work very well. They make good pilot drill holes before you go to the Dremel method. If you start going ahead with a Dremel tool and fire that Dremel tool up with a fresh drill bit without making a pilot hole, that thing's going to dance around your wood and you're going to have a lot of problems. So always use a very pen vise and make your small hole first, then take your Dremel tool and make your holes. You don't have to worry about that drill bit dancing around. So that's as far as old Frankie Dave got on this thing. And there's a lot of work on this thing here. This is an old kit. This kit is probably 45 years old maybe. Not much more than 45 years old. It's a duplicate kit of the one I used to have before. They got lost somehow. So I can swing it around like this and finish up the starboard side like I did the port. I mean the port side. Kind of quite nicely, as you can see. When I get all that stuff done, I'm going to come back and get the channels on here. Start with the trail boards, get the trail boards all done. Then I can start get all the channels done. After the channel's done, start working on the mast. When I get the mast all stepped, all done, the fun part is going to be going aft, using a Dremel tool and a carving tool. I'm going to start carving the intricate carvings that this thing had. So this is a really pretty ship. It's big. And you can see that's how big my hand is. It's a big dockside model in a way. And a lot of work to put in this bad boy. And Mr. Mather would like this. I hope everything's well at his end. And so I'm going to stay on this for a while, and I got something very special I want to show you once we return the video back to Frankie Day. And as you can see, guys, this thing is coming real nice. I really enjoy building this Norske Love. It takes me back in time. It really does. I go back in time when I first bought this kit. It was about $75 back then, and the fittings were about $100. And the only mistake that I made, my other one, I made it too darn dark. I should have known better. Using excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, this tripod kind of danced out of the way. Excuse me. This thing comes in mahogany wood and some kind of rayon rain or rayon plywood. And the ship's dark anyway. Big mistake I made on the other one I had. I went ahead and used dark walnut stain on it like a fool. It looked like a very, very old ship. This may be a very, very old ship, but it's not really old going back to the 15th century. Or something like that. I mean, this thing did have some paint on it, and the other one came out very nice. But my father, he says, Frank, that thing is dark. He says, right now you can't do nothing with it. It just would be a dark ship, dark and gloomy, and it looks like it's haunted too. So there's a lot of work to put these things. Okay, this completes the video number 9. On the Mr. Dave Mather dedication build of the Billings NORSKE Love Norwegian Lion. Now, this came to mail yesterday. I went ahead and got this out Smitty's Hobby Shop. I guess a customer comes in and wants to sell his models. So that's how Russ out Smitty's Hobby Shop, that's how he rolls. He rolls with estate sales, also with new kits that are coming out. He has 2 different worlds. He has a lot of old kits and new kits, and a lot of vintage kits, and he gets them from people who expired, or somebody decides to sell a stash, and he'll buy a stash and sell it. And so anyway, I went in there to get some drills, small exact, because I need them for this ship here. And he said, Frank, I got an offer you will not refuse. I said, well, what do you got? And he goes, I got an estate sale right now I'm selling. I sold this, I went to 5 of them. This is the last one, and I'm glad that you came in, and I want to tell you that if somebody else gets it. I said, get what? And this, the HK models, 1/32 scale B25. I paid $150 for this kit. He said I could have it for $150. Man, I tell you, I chucked up $150 as fast as I could. It was in my pocket. I gave it to him, said, as is cash. It hasn't never been opened. And so this guy bought a bunch of them, and he decided he wanted to get some of his money back. He had other plans for something else. So I lucked out. Now I check these things out on eBay, even on Amazon. You know, these things are very expensive. These HK models and wingnut wings are very, very high dollar, big boy kits. You know, they're getting up there in dollars. This thing runs over $200. So I think I saved myself $50+ dollars. That was good enough for me. And I will make an inbox review of this. And you know something, guys? We may get a B25 buddy build coming up. You never know. And so this makes a good collection next to my Hobby Boss 1/32 scale B24 Liberator. And so everything is starting to work good for me now. My wife is doing very excellent. She's doing good. She's getting a little therapy around the house. We got a therapist comes over and kind of massages her legs a little bit and gets her walking around, and she does quite well. It's amazing, you know, with 100% blockage on both arteries, and you had two. There's all was left that was functioning. It was a 98% blockage. It's, man, that's pushing the envelope and then some. And so she's doing good. And I got to watch her, and I miss my cigar smoking. And like I say, guys, I just can't smoke in this room in the house no more, you know. So I take my smoking outside and out in the car. And I sure miss smoking a cigar and just jawing away. And so I want to blow this house up the kingdom come. And there's rules and regulations. So that one puffing those big old stogies going to be outside in my car or outside. I compromise. Makes sense. Plus I'm pushing the envelope. I get a lot of my commenters who watch my videos see me with paper model cigars. I get very, very, I would say careless. I just get too carried away. Too comfortable. And so that'd be a good idea that I'm not smoking in this room. I don't want to cause a fire. Believe me, everything's so close knit in here, you don't take long. When I get my new shop outside, it's going to be a whole different world. It's going to be Frankie Day world out there. And I have all my power tools all squared away out there, big workbenches. I can get me 2 or 3 video cameras and start making some videos of builds. I got a lot of big builds coming up. And so they'll be coming your way. Anyway, this will be coming your way too. This is a great delight getting this. And I went down to Spade's Hobby Shop and got this. And yeah, I was very pleased when I went down there. $150. Boy, I couldn't beat that with a broken stick. Okay, guys. This is Frankie Day signing up for Frankie Day Models. And I'd like to thank everybody out there for your candor. For my Ruthie and me. And God's looking out for both of us. I'm slowly but surely starting to get my mojo back and making videos and getting these things going. I'm starting to pick up a little faster now because, guys, I had to change my mind with my wife, you know, going to sick bay and things. And when you got a lot of worries like that, it's hard to put 100% your attention into something like this, you know, when you got worries. So you got to push it aside and get the worries over with, so you have a peace of mind, so you can turn to. Okay, before I sign off here, I'm getting behind in my group builds, guys. I really am, but I'm going to finish them. I may not have them done in time, but they will be done to honor these builds. I got all at C group build. That's due. I said it's about due end of this month, March. What is it, the 18th, 20th, 17th, somewhere around there. And like I say, before you know it, this month be gone like a fart in the wind. And then you got April coming up. So I got these builds. I got mine and Warren's Spitfire Buddy build we got going. Warren has this done miles ago. He's all done with his Hurricane, I imagine. He's done a very super job with both of them. And I will finish up that Spitfire. I promise you guys that. And I will finish up the other builds. So right now I'm kind of catching up on things I should have had done a long time ago. Builds have been lingering around for 1, 2, 3 years, you know. And it becomes a waste of money if you don't get them done. But I put a dent on the Denmark, and I put a dent on this thing. And like I say, I'm going to stay in this for a while until I'm tired of it, and I put it away and get on some other time and start getting on these builds. Look at Lexington Group build by Charlie Mack. I think he says it's May of this year, May, which is about a little over a month away. That buddy build expires. And I've already got a good start on my Lexington over there, so it won't take long for me to finish up because the card kit. There's not that much of the kit. The big time consuming things I'm going to do is be building those small airplanes. paper. So that'll be